I'm so excited. I got some new releases from Kino Lorber. Let's check them out.
Welcome to the variety show where we open boxes and show you what's inside. You're watching What's in the Box.
Let's see what we got. Ho. This is Brian Bosworth in Stone Cold from Kino Lorber. This was sent to me from Kino, obviously. It is directed by Craig Baxley. This here is such an insane film, full of action. Probably one of the most insane action films I've seen from the 90s. So let's peel off this plastic, shall we? Ooh, your favorite part. So what we have, here's a slipcover. Here's the back. You can pause it if you want. And it also has alternate artwork. Boom. Essentially, Brian Bosworth plays a cop that goes undercover into a biker gang. This biker gang has one of their members being held captive, and he's going to be executed from the state capital. And I gotta say, this film had a $17 million budget with the same producers that made Double Impact. They kind of took some of the budget from Double Impact and threw it into Stone Cold because they thought that this was going to be the hit film. They must have spent about 3/4 of their budget on ammo and explosions alone. There's about 1 explosion per minute in this 92-minute runtime film. Absolutely nuts. A cop who enforces his own brand of justice, Brian Bosworth. So this also has a William Forsythe and Lance Henriksen. The cool thing is this is Brian Bosworth's acting debut. He had to make the decision if he wanted to be a football player or an actor, and he chose the acting career. And you know, it kind of panned out for him a little bit. He kind of made himself a career afterwards. And as far as Craig Baxley goes, the director of this film, he's actually the stunt coordinator from Predator, from the A-Team, and Dukes of Hazzard. So you know that this film is like balls to the walls crazy, right? So let's open this up and have a look. In Kino Lorber fashion, we have the standard Kino Lorber discs. Yeah. This thing has a brand new 4K scan from the 35mm camera negative in Dolby Vision. So it's an HDR master in 4K, which I can't believe we're getting this in 4K. They are definitely taking a chance in spending the extra $1 to have this out, and it looks amazing. Compared to everything that I've seen online, this scan blows everything out of the park. Like, I was stunned. It looks really nice. Another cool thing is it has an audio commentary from Craig R. Baxley, the director, as well as film historians Mike Leader and Ann Venema. Has a couple other things. The Boz Goes to Hollywood interview with Brian Bosworth. He kind of talks about his acting career and where he started. You know, him taking the deep dive from NFL player to actor. The Brotherhood interview with Lance Henriksen. So yeah, he tells you kind of his journey through this film. Cold as Ice with actor William Forsythe, so we get an interview with him. There's a couple cool things on here, like there's some TV spots. There's this, at one point you can like call this 1-800 number and you can like maybe have dinner with Brian Bosworth, and there's this crazy VHS like ad. I'll play it right now.
You've got the movie. Now get one step closer to the action. Call 1-973-STONE to take the Stone Cold Adventure Challenge, and you could win a trip for 2 to LA to meet Brian Bosworth.
Hi, this is Brian Bosworth.
So that is on this disc, which is really cool. Plus it has a bunch of theatrical trailers. All right, that's it. I really do love this artwork more than this one, but it's cool to have both. Absolutely love this movie. I highly recommend checking it out. It's available for purchase April 21st on the Kino Lorber website or wherever you get your physical media. Okay, to the next. Here we go. Sent over from Kino Lorber, we have the Stewardesses. Boom, let's open it up. Oh yeah, your favorite part. Look at that artwork in 3D stereo vision. So you're probably wondering what that is. So first up, they made this camera to shoot 3D specifically for this film, and it's become stereo vision. So here we go. Here's the back. So this film is like a day in the life of stewardesses. So what they go through, and it's essentially an erotic softcore film. There is a lot of action in this film, more than I was expecting. So here we go, boom. That's what's underneath. We have alternate artwork. It's always nice to see. This is only on HD. Doesn't really say if it's an HD master or whatever's going on, if it's a brand new scan, but it does look amazing compared to everything I've seen so far. So they must have done something. This is directed by Alan Silifant. I'm not sure who that is. However, this film is infamous for being made for $100,000 and making $23 million in profit in the box office. And I can see why. In 1969, no pun intended, I guess showing skin was something that really elevated ticket sales, and I'm sure it still does. Look at Nicole Kidman in Baby Girl. Anyway, here we go, so we can open it up. Boom. Whoa, we have 3D glasses, guys. Let's just put these on. I don't want to wreck them. Hold up. From the 3D archive. Here we go. Should I finish the rest of the video like this? Okay, here's a look at the discs. And this comes with a audio commentary by author, film historian David DeVal and producer, archivist Miles Hunter. How the Stewardesses Took Off, a 2006 documentary on the film's production and release, has an alternate opening title sequence in 3D, and it has outtakes and lens test footage in 3D. Experimental in Love, a 3D erotic short film, and Parisian Life, I can't say that, another 3D glamour short film, some trailers, and a radio spot. Unreal. This is really cool to own. Yeah, this is from the Kino Cult collection at spine number 45. And yeah, it's in 3D. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and check this out. This is available now for purchase on the Kino Lorber website and wherever you buy your physical media. And yeah, this is such a time capsule of the 60s and early 70s. These are also really cool. Has the Kino Studio Classic on one side, Kino Cult on the other side. Let's dive into this box. Where is my... Okay. I wonder what's in here. It's a pretty big box, if you know what I mean. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, we got a lot of bubble wrap. Let's check this out. Okay, and it looks like, folks, we got one movie. This is looking like another Kino Cult release. We have House of Seven Corpses. Okay, let's open this guy up. This is sitting at spine number 47 from Kino Cult. It's a horror film about a group of filmmakers that go into this haunted house, and what they do is they start filming this, witchcraft scene, saying these words, and it literally unearths something from the dead and haunts them on set. And people on set start dying, and then they gotta find out who's doing it. Obviously, it might not be the paranormal, who knows? So yeah, this is pretty interesting. It's directed by Paul Harrison. It stars John Carradine. He is literally like the best part of this. So this has a 4K and a Blu-ray. It also has alternate artwork. I think I'm more of a fan of the slipcover artwork, actually. Here's the back. This film really is like a precursor to films like Scream. If you watch it, you'll know what I mean. Like, just the aspect of a movie being made in a movie, and it's kind of like a slasher, and people are dying, and then at the end you're like, oh, it was that person. That's what this movie is, and this movie is from 1973. So this is definitely a precursor to all of those films that we would watch, in the 90s. Urban Legend, Idle Hand, like all those films. So let's take a look, see what we got inside. Obviously, it's gonna be your classic Kino Cult discs. I like what they did on this one. They definitely put the artwork in there. I love that. This has an audio commentary from author and film historian David Val with producer David Dicoto. I can't say that. Director of Creepazoids and Retro Puppet Master. Also has an audio commentary by associate producer Gary Kent, an archival interview with actor John Carradine. It also has Demon Dave and Joe's Savage Tracks 5 featuring Randy Cognata and a theatrical trailer. Working in the film industry, personally, when I see movies that are set on a film set, it really excites me. I love them. This one in particular really gave me a few laughs because I heard them saying like, okay, focus puller, you're gonna start here and rack focus to that. And then I'm hearing like, hey buddy, can you grab the C-stand? It's really a time capsule of like the way movies were being made in the 70s. Like it shows them loading the mags onto the cameras. It shows them lighting and shooting. It's almost like a behind the scenes look, but they were shooting a horror movie. So yeah, this movie is very interesting. If you are a filmmaker or an aspiring filmmaker, check this out. This also came out around the time when horror was doing a really big switch between looking like those classic Hammer style horror films to more gore like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Last House on the Left and Spit on Your Grave, you know, Driller Killer. That wave of filmmakers came out like almost right after this came out. So they really made a big switch on what horror is like nowadays. So this is more like a classic horror in the style of Hammer films. Yeah. This one is also available for purchase from Kino Lorber on April 21st. So in a couple days. I'll have all the links in the description below. You can either buy it on the Kino website or wherever you get your physical media.